Hey, hey, hey.
A parenting fail?
Yeah. This is going to be a fun episode. Danna is divulging all of her parenting fails.
So after we taped last week, I don't even know how we got on the subject, but I had told a story, and I don't know, I just assumed you had heard the story before, and you were like, oh, you have to tell that on the podcast. So it got me thinking about like other things that maybe I've done that are like maybe some people might not think are good parenting things.
Do tell.
Well, I don't know. Well, we can get into it in a minute, but whatever. How was your week?
It was good.
Okay.
I feel like this was such a weird, fast week. I don't even know what happened.
So Easter was this past weekend.
Easter
And
was great.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. We worked, and then it was Easter. And then my brother brought my baby nephew up for Easter. They live in Columbus, and brought him up to Cleveland for came up on Saturday. And it was so fun to be with him. He is like the happiest baby. Like, I don't think any of my kids were this happy.
He's very cute.
And I asked them, I was like, are you going to have any more kids? And they said no. And I said,
They're
oh,
done.
that's probably smart. He's really good.
Well,
you should probably just stick with that. So yeah, that's
we went to the church. We went to church in the morning. Easter is one of my favorite holidays. I just love Easter and everything it stands for. Danna, you went to church?
We did. We went to church in the morning. We actually had to go to early mass. So our church has a 9 a.m. and an 11 a.m. and we had to go to 9 a.m. so that Olivia could go to the Rogish Farm flower wagon that opened at 11 because she had to be first in line, she said, to get her flowers.
Was she first in line?
Your sister-in-law was there first, I think. Pam.
Sue?
Pam.
Oh, I was going to say Sue is at church.
No,
There's
Pam.
zero chance.
So Pam was there when Olivia was there. I don't know if maybe she beat her there, but she did get flowers. And I talked to Bob today, and he said they had a great day. Lots of people came out on Easter, which I think was nice. So I have some beautiful tulips from Rogish Farm, so you should get some. Okay, so I don't know. That's all I have to talk about with Easter. I really don't have much.
Well,
with
yesterday I thought it was very interesting and cute that, first of all, Danna's nephew, Ezra, is 5 months old.
He's 5 months old, almost 6 months.
So he's like coming to life. He's so cute. And I thought it was really cute because everybody was holding him, which we're now past the point where they let people hold him.
Right, because they did not let Kristin hold that baby.
Him when he was
He
him.
was just a couple weeks old at that point, but still it was like kind of
No,
silly.
I actually think he was like
He was like a month old.
8 weeks old.
No,
anyways, it was
he was
something
like a
really
month.
funny.
He was
And
like
it
a month.
in a bar. Anyways, so I thought the funny thing is that other people were holding him, and then he wanted him back. You said he wanted to keep taking him back.
This is hilarious
to
me.
He's such a good dad.
Okay, so like, and Olivia said that he did it to her like 3 different times. So, when you've got a new baby or whatever and you're at a family function, the baby gets passed around. Everybody's holding the baby, cooing over the baby. It's super exciting. And so everyone was holding the baby. And like every 5 minutes, whoever had the baby, my brother would go up and take the baby back. And like, he's so infatuated with this baby.
He loves.
Like, he just wants to,
daddy.
he is a good dad. He just wants to like hold the baby himself and like play with the baby himself. And I'm like, dude, you get to play with him at home all the time. Like, my turn. Like, I want to be the fun aunt. How am I going to be the fun aunt if you keep taking him from me?
And he goes to work. Adam is the child psychiatrist.
He's a child psychiatrist
at Children's Hospital, and so he goes to daycare at Children's Hospital, where the coworkers, everyone's kids go. And he goes and visits him like every hour.
He said that the first day he like panicked and he could not, like, because my sister-in-law is a nurse, but she works PRN, so she doesn't work that, like, not that she doesn't work that often, but she kind of makes up her own schedule. And so daycare has not really been needed up until this point. But now they're kind of like, okay, we think we're at the point where it would be beneficial. So, so they just started a couple weeks ago, and yeah, like
I think that's
day
so
one
cute.
he panicked, and so yeah, every time I had the baby, I did not have this baby for more than 3 minutes, and he would like come up and be like, literally at one point he's like, my turn. I'm like, what do you mean your turn? Like, it's your baby. Like, you get to play with him all night tonight when you get home. Let me have my turn. The kid doesn't sleep. You're up with him all night long because they're terrible sleep trainers.
Really nice. I think it's so cute.
They're like the worst sleep trainers. They're like, oh. And I hope that they listen to this because I already told them if that baby stayed with me, it would take 2 nights. That's baby
what I
would
said.
be
They
sleep
should have
trained.
let the baby come with us to Mississippi.
No
and
joke.
He would have been sleep trained.
No joke. But like, in all seriousness, they're like, I don't know why. Like, he cries and we pick him right up. I'm like, that's why. That's why.
So I was
That's the
talking to my
problem.
sister about this because she doesn't listen to the podcast either, but she has 3 children, none of which sleep through the night, I don't think. And the oldest is like 7. She was trying to say that it's not healthy to sleep train your child.
It's incredibly healthy for all involved.
I feel like it's
healthy for the
everyone.
Parents. Yeah, no,
for your child to be able to fall asleep. It's the first thing they learn on their own is to fall asleep.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But whatever. Clearly, my parenting is
superior.
Yeah.
Danna never makes any mistakes.
Okay, so
she definitely gives punishments and follows through.
Oh my God. Okay, we'll talk about that too. That is a parenting fail.
Listen, I do lots of things wrong as a parent, but I enjoy watching Danna parent.
It's awful, you guys.
It's real fun.
Like, sometimes I have to remind myself that like every time my kids screw up, I'm like, you know what, Danna? It's your first time parenting a 16-year-old too. So you should get a little bit of leeway on that. Like, I feel like sometimes we forget that it's our first time being in this circumstance. So let's give each other a little grace. But I will tell a story.
I'm going to remind you this when it's Sam and then it's Joey and you're doing the same thing.
Well, it'll be like my first time parenting a second kid that's 16. It's my first time parenting the baby. It's always a first, guys. It's always a first. That's my MO right now. So, okay, this story is 14 years ago. I had a stroller. So Olivia and Sam are 2 years apart almost to the day. And so when we found out we were pregnant with Sam, I was like, oh, we're going to definitely need a double stroller. I had this idea that, I don't know if you know what I mean, but when your babies are 2 and you don't have any other kids, you're like, they're old now. They're 2. They're like kids. They're not babies anymore. They're still babies. I don't know if I thought that the kid wasn't going to need a stroller anymore, but I finally faced facts and I was like, oh, we're going to need a double stroller. So I, of course, had to get the Cadillac of strollers, and it was, I don't remember what it was called. It was one of these it was like $800, this stupid stroller, which is probably like $2,000 now. I don't even know.
They can't go up in price.
I don't even know, I'm sure. But so it had a regular baby seat or, sitting seat on the bottom, and then it had an attachment on top that was for the car seat carrier to clip into. And then as the baby would grow and you didn't use a car seat carrier anymore, you could put another seat there. So you would have a double stroller. So, but they were like on top of each other. I don't know. Is this making sense? Can you picture what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one day, my mom and I took my 2 children. I think Sam was like 2 months old, which would mean Olivia was 2 years and 2 months old. And I took them, we went to South Park Mall, or Strongsville Mall, which is South Park Mall. If you're from the Cleveland area, it's on the west side of Cleveland. And it's a really nice mall. And at the time, this was 14 years ago, there was still Gymboree and Janie and Jack and what were all those? I can't even think of
those
what.
Those are the 2 I shopped
whatever.
at.
Those were the stores we always shopped at. And when you would go into Gymboree, they had like a little TV area with a rug and the kids could sit and play. Well, I was shopping and whatever. My mom and I are looking at things and that's it. Like, we're just looking and we buy whatever and we go to the next store. And I vividly remember this. Like, we went into Express next door. Maybe it was the Limited. It was Express or the Limited. Went in and all of the sudden.
Wait, it was just right next door?
Yeah, like it was like the store. Maybe it was 2 stores over. But
I
it was
hoping
like,
that it was further
like
away.
the other side of the mall. No, it was like 1 or 2 stores over. It was not that far. And all of a sudden my mom is like, where's Olivia? And I'm like, what do you mean, where's Olivia? And I look in the stroller and the seat is empty. She's not in there. And meanwhile, I have the car seat carriers on the top.
She's only paying attention to Sam, the 2-month-old.
You cannot see the seat in the front. If you have this stroller, you know what I'm talking about. You cannot see this seat. And I'm a fairly tall person. I'm 5'8". Like, you still can't see. So I have this panic attack, and I'm like, oh, my God, my kid is gone. So I start freaking out. So I tell my mom, I'm like, stay here. And I ran. I left her with Sam and I ran back to Gymboree because that was the last store we were at. So I don't know what made me just go back there. And I went back there and she was just sitting there watching TV. So she had just gotten out. She just climbed out of the stroller and sat and watched TV. She was bored with the shopping. And
This is the only time the girl's bored with shopping.
Now she has learned. But I did not notice that my child was not. And like, granted, it was only a store or two over, but like a solid 10 minutes had passed. And like, I did not realize that my child was not in the stroller. And I was just going about my day. But I found her.
But I can somehow vision like little Olivia like sitting. She just climbed herself out.
Happy. Like she
sat down in the little kitty chair.
She didn't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, she didn't complain.
So we talked about this last week, and I was like, "Oh, I should talk about it in the podcast. That's kind of a funny story." And then, so today I was like, "Oh, I have to remember that I want to talk about that on the podcast." And then I remembered that I put a note in my phone years ago, and I just found it's from 2022, this note. And wait, where is it? January of 22. And I made this note because I started thinking about something, and I was like, well, this was dumb. I could tell you exactly where I was standing when I thought about this. And
can't wait to hear this.
I remember thinking to myself, these are like things that like as a parent, they're not that big of a deal, but they're the biggest freaking mistakes you can make. And I wrote them in my phone, and I was like, one day I'm going to have a podcast. And I actually don't think I was saying I was going to have a podcast. I think I thought I was going to do like an online like Facebook Live series, because I used to do a lot of Facebook Lives with LuLaRoe. And I really think I thought I was going to like bring this to light. And so I made a note in my phone of multiple mistakes we make as parents.
Okay, can't wait. Run through them.
Okay, first one is not packing a lunch before bed. Like, these are just dumb things, but it's the biggest mistake you can make. Like, you will hate yourself in the morning if you don't pack a lunch before bed. Bill never packs a lunch
before bed.
That's
He's
dumb.
A morning packer.
Bill's dumb. That's dumb. You should not do that.
I agree.
One of these you're really going to laugh at, but the second one is not getting gas the night before. It goes along with not packing lunches the night before. Empty threats. Okay, so we're going to kind of talk about this a little bit. We're going to go off subject to discuss that my daughter, my lovely 16-year-old daughter, is currently in trouble because she, for the third time in a 9-month period, hit something with her car. This time it was another car. So
the best part was it was someone we know.
Thank goodness.
Her friend.
Was her good friend. And thank goodness everyone was okay, and she rear-ended her. So she called me, and she was like, Mom, I'm freaking out, da-da-da. And then it was right outside of school. She was pulling into school, and she's like, oh, my God, I think it's Lauren. So, like, thank God everyone was fine. The cars had almost zero damage, minimal damage. But whatever. Tom and I were like, okay, it's cool. Literally same day. This was
on April Fool's Day.
It was. I literally
we have to talk about my April Fool's
thought, oh, we do have to talk about that. I literally thought that she was playing a prank on me, but she was not. Then I don't know if it was later that day or the next day. It was the next day. She like bombed a test, and it's in a class that she's been struggling with. And I was like, well, did you study? Because my thing is always like, if you tried your hardest, I don't care about the grade you got. Like, if I know that you physically did everything you could do to get the grade you got, I'm not mad at you. And I'm like, so did you try your hardest? And she's like, or I said, did you study? Did you try your hardest? And she's like, no, I thought it was going to be easy. I'm sorry, ma'am. 3 quarters have passed this year. You have not done great in this class, and you just assumed this was going to be the test that was going to suddenly be the one you didn't need to study for. So we got in a little bit of a yelling match, and she decided to yell back at me, which wasn't so smart on her part. So she had her car taken away for all things except for school practice and work.
But the first day, she wasn't allowed to have the car.
She wasn't allowed to have the car.
Did you drive her to school?
No, because it was after school, but she had to get to her game. And not only that, the problem is my husband gets a little, and he just stuff spews out. And he's like, no car, no phone. She's like, I have to get to my game. And he's like, you have to call a friend. She's like, you took my phone. I can't, we don't have a house phone, right? She got on her computer and texted her friend from her computer.
That was good.
He was
that was
adamant
savvy.
on that one, yeah. So we have since been a little loose on this grounding, as Kristin would say. It's a little looser than I would like it to be.
Very loose.
Today we were strict with it. We stuck with it. She wasn't allowed to drive. Last night, her and Jack wanted 7 Brew, and we made Jack drive her car. I feel like that was really strict of us.
Very strict. So strict.
So we're not like the best. But this is why, can I tell you guys something? 16 years of parenting, I've never actually grounded my kid. Because this is why. What am I going to ground her for? This is dumb. This is so stupid.
Because Danna doesn't want her to miss out on stuff.
I don't. I have like FOMO through her. I'll be like, what'd your friends do today? It's so bad, you guys. It's my fault.
Listen, I feel like I'm pretty good at like laying out discipline. I'm frankly probably mean. I'm like, oh, you don't decorate the cake the way I want you to, you're done.
You might be right. Like, I feel like you might yell at them not yell at them, but like be a little harder on things like that. But like your kids have not really done anything. And really, Olivia has not done much that I would say like really warranted like bad. Like she was bad. Like she doesn't sneak out. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't do like bad things. But you cannot talk to me that way. And I'm sucking at holding solid with this. Whatever, you guys. Whatever. I don't need this abuse. I'm moving on.
I feel like you gave yourself the abuse.
Whatever.
She just needed to talk it out. Feel it through. Go on. Run through your parenting
mistakes
list.
we make as parents. Encouraging any type of extracurricular activity. This is a terrible
so
mistake.
Listen, you parents of 2, 3, 4, 5,
I'm
and
going to
6
sign
year
them up for
olds.
soccer and
You
softball.
think it's so fun. We're going to sign them up. You need those years at home.
Stop. Do not sign them up for gymnastics. Abort the mission now. It's
Swim
a terrible
lessons,
idea.
all the things, which are very important, but don't start them too early.
In addition to that, do not encourage any socializing.
No. Because
It's
they're going to
terrible.
be doing all the
Because
socializing.
then you have to do it. It's terrible.
You have to do it with all the parents.
Yep. Also, assuming any type of family vacation is a good idea. It is not.
It is
not.
more work.
It's terrible. You will cry.
Go to the
You will
beach.
cry.
You'll have sand everywhere.
You'll literally have to carry 3,000 things to the beach. Have fun with that. Asking a kid to come to the store with you so that you're not alone. Terrible idea. Still to this day, terrible idea.
It'll cost you way more money.
Cost you at least $100 extra every single time.
There's a funny story. So my mom stayed home with us. There were 4 of us. So in the beginning, she didn't, but then she ended up staying home, and there were 4 of us. And so she went to the doctor, and she kept telling the doctor, you know, I've got really high blood pressure. And the doctor's like, where are you taking your blood pressure? She's like, well, you know, at the grocery store.
Oh, like in the little pharmacy thing?
They used to have the sleeve. And my mom said,
My brothers and I used to fight over doing that.
Really high. And he said, do you take your children to the grocery store? And she's like, yeah, all 4 of them. Why? And he's like, stop taking your blood pressure with your children at the grocery store.
Did it work?
Yeah,
it probably did. Totally.
She was fine.
Yep. So this one kind of goes along with like, so I'm a big advocate for doing everything the night before to make your mornings easier. And Tom and I always make our coffee the night before and preset it.
Even when we were on vacation, I made your coffee.
Yeah, like that is
you.
something I like having. I like being
I
able.
like to just push the button.
Right. Like here we have like a preset on our coffee pot. Like, so we always do that. So like not doing that the night before is a big one. And my last one is just drinking, like ever when you have little kids. Like if you drink, you're stupid. Like you're going to hate yourself in the morning. It's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
So
those are good words of advice.
Those are all my advice to people that might have like younger kids that think it's a good idea to do any of these things. They're all bad ideas. Also having kids.
Maybe my word of advice is don't have your kids join 4-H.
That would be in the extracurricular aspect.
I'm
Agreed.
just kidding. It is a great program. I love it.
Of course,
but
all
like,
of this
do you know
is
how
jokes.
much free time I'd have if
That's
my
what I'm
kids weren't in
saying, though.
4-H?
Do you know that I found a post?
If I stopped volunteering, I could do everything I wanted to do.
You know how Facebook does like your Facebook memories? Olivia was like 2.5 or 3, and I posted on Facebook like, does anyone know of any good sports programs for 3? Why? Why would I do that?
Here's what it is because you stay home with your baby all day.
And I was a stay-at-home mom at that point.
And you want some adult interaction. So it's fun for you to visit with the parents, too, and you become friends with those people.
And
it really is all wonderful.
No, of course it is.
But you are going to think those days should be the years that you should be cherishing, not having to stick to a schedule. Now our lives are run by schedules.
But now their schedules run our lives. Our own schedules don't run it. Their schedules do. Okay, before we run out of time, though, Kristin has got to tell her April Fool's story.
Yeah. So I've never been like a huge April Fool's joke player. But so in our house, we have tradition and we make a bunny cake. We decorate Easter eggs. These are all just things we do and we always do. And I know the kids like actually do enjoy them, but like they're like, oh, we have to. I'm like, just color 2 eggs.
Yeah, but
apiece.
if you didn't do it, it would be like World War III.
If we didn't do it, they'd be like, you don't love us.
Sure.
You don't do this anymore.
For sure, you have to.
So we still do this. So anyway, so I forget where I had to go, and I came home and I had everything out for Easter egg coloring. I had the cake pans out to bake the cake for the Easter bunny cake, and it was all gone. I'm like, it's April Fool's. Like these kids, they think they're so funny hiding the egg dye and putting my pans away. So anyways, Parker was the only one home. Jack and Campbell were at practice. And so Bill was home. very preoccupied on his phone doing some things.
That's weird.
Shocking, I know, right? And so anyways, I don't know. Finally, I'm like, Parker, cough it up. Where's the Easter egg dye? He never divulged it. So I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And I noticed that the bear was missing. We have this
you're
big
wondering,
bear.
it's like a 6-foot bear.
I think it's only 5 feet, but still, he's a big boy. We got him for Christmas, and he's decorated in Buckeye gear. So for like every holiday, he's been decorated. He was missing, so I'm like, oh, they think they're funny. They're gonna put him in my bathtub again, like they did the last time, and like really did scare me. So anyway, so I go in my bathroom, and I start going to the bathroom. I'm like, I had to go, and I start tinkling.
I was going to use that word.
And I'm like, what's going on? It was peeing all over myself. The little rats saran wrapped my toilet seat. Underneath the seat, the toilet, they saran wrapped it. So I'm screaming, laughing, and the more I laugh, the more I pee. I can't stop peeing. Like I am just like letting it go. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm squealing. Like, so finally I finished peeing. What a mess that was, let me tell you. So I go out, I pull up my pants, which are like at that point, like we're just like soaking up the pee that had run all over everywhere and me. And I run up there and Parker is like dying laughing. Bill's not sure what's going on because he's still on his phone, but he knows something funny happened. I'm like, you little rat, somebody saran wrapped my toilet seat. And anyway, so then I go back into the bathroom, and of course, I wasn't touching anything because I had pee all over my hands.
Right.
And I turn on the sink, and all of a sudden the sink is spraying water all over me, all over the bathroom. They taped the cotton picking sink with tape, and the water was spraying out everywhere.
I am like so impressed.
They got
with
me
these
good.
Kids. I love it.
Like it was good, but let me tell you, it is very messy. So long story short, they were like all dying, and apparently Campbell told the whole lacrosse team what they did. I mean, this was good.
I was
good.
impressed.
But Parker said we poked holes in the saran wrap, so it was supposed to kind of go through. I'm like, there was no kind of going through. I mean, and literally the more I laughed, the worse it was. And then I'm looking at the bear. Because the bear,
the bear was in the bathroom.
Bear was in the bathtub. I'm like, this whole thing could not have gone better for them.
They did it.
I mean,
They did it.
I was April Fooled. It was a good one. I will never go to the bathroom on April Fools again without looking at the toilet. Until next time, friends, we're mismatched.